Hello and welcome to another episode of I'm Making It Happen. I'm Nicole Tyson and we are here in St. George's Frederiksted of St. Croix, outside of Neighborhood Pharmacy, and we're going to be talking to Dr. Kisha Christian. Now, she has always had the dream of being a pharmacist and then being an owner of a pharmacy, and she made it happen. We're going to find out how she was able to do so. Come with me. So thank you so much, Kisha.
Hi.
Awesome. I'm so excited that we were able to get you.
Yay.
And I appreciate the time. I just want to find out, a little bit about your background and how you were able to make this happen.
I was born here, raised in St. Croix in Frederiksted. I have three girls. Marisha, 18, she's in college. Shamara, she's 13, and Makia is 10. Being a pharmacist and opening a pharmacy is something I wanted from the time I was a little girl. My mom always tells the story of when I was a little girl, I was the pharmacist doll that my friends would, when we were playing dollhouse, they would play sick and then come to the pharmacy, and I would have these little vials of stuff to give them. That was like the miracle cure, now that I think of it, because everybody got better within hours.
Give me some of that.
When I was in my 10th grade summer, I applied for a job, Department of Labor. They asked the normal questions, what you're interested in. So I told them pharmacy. So my first job was actually at the hospital, in a hospital pharmacy. Okay. So then in 11th grade summer, they asked me what I wanted to do. So I was like, I still want to do pharmacy, but I wanted to try something else. Okay. So I was at Golden Rock. 12th grade summer, I started at University of Florida doing my undergrad in pharmacy. Which was
12th grade summer. Oh, yeah. So after you graduated,
as soon as I graduated, I left. A week after graduation.
Wow, and you already had an internship lined up.
Yes, okay. I left. Cool. I went. I started their summer program at the pharmacy school. Okay. But coming from like a small island to University of Florida, it was completely different. And I graduated from St. Joseph. Okay. So going from where classes were like maybe like 20 students to like 100 and something students, it was difficult. Then I went to University of Georgia to finish pharmacy school. All through pharmacy school, I worked at Kaiser and Target. And when I finished pharmacy school, I had a full-time job at Target. So there was a pharmacy manager's position that was available. When I applied for it, I did not get the position. They hired somebody that had never worked to Target before. Wow. And then I had to train this person.
Really?
So that was number one. So
that's what made you start to like, okay, I need to start figuring out how to own my own.
That was one of the things that triggered it. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn everything I have from this company, come back home. But then I got comfortable in the job. It wasn't a month later, the girl left, and then I got the pharmacy manager position. Then I got another position where I was the operations manager. So I used to go to different stores, clean it up, and then another pharmacist would come in and to work. 2009, I applied for an executive position, and that would have been over all the Target stores in Georgia. Wow. They did not give me that position, hired somebody. Wow. I had to train that person. So I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I'm gonna learn everything I can again. Because at that time, like where my career was, that was the next level. Okay. So, and then they used to send you to a bunch of classes. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take all the classes they're gonna send me to, and I'm gonna do my 5-year plan to move back home.
Whoa.
I went home, I cried, I did. Went back home that night and wrote everything down on paper. 2011, I moved back home.
Oh, you started writing down in 2009?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2011, I moved back home.
So wait.
And 2015, I'm here, and it's 5 years.
Oh, so you wrote down, I'm gonna move back home and start my pharmacy in 5 years?
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, how did you write that plan? What was your strategy, and how did you execute it?
So for one of the, I had to put a year that I was going to be home. So I thought about my daughter. I was like, okay, I can't move slap in the middle and be like, everybody come, let's go. So I wanted my kids to be like in a transition. So my daughter was about to go to high school. So I was like, okay, 2011 would be that year. Everything kind of started to fall in place. When I moved here, she's actually worked at 2 other pharmacies. I was like, okay, I did the move home. I know I want to open a pharmacy, so it's now the time to like write down, how am I going to do this pharmacy?
And so you did that once you came back?
Yes. So I started with the business plan. That took like a year to get it like solid.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me was getting like the financial stuff, which thank goodness to the EDA, which gave me a loan. Everything that happened for me happened exactly when it was supposed to happen. It didn't happen earlier, it didn't happen later. Every single thing.
Cool, but it started with you saying this is what you're going to do and then moving towards it.
If I had something to tell like entrepreneurs, it would be like, it has to be something that you love and that you really, really want to do, and like don't give up on it.
And why do you say that? Why it had to be something that they really love?
Because you'll give up quick. Like if it's something you don't love and you don't want to do, that first roadblock that you get, you're gonna quit.
Definitely. So they'll definitely persevere if they have a passion for it. When you said you wanted to own your own pharmacy, what was the inspiration behind that? And what did you want to provide that was going to be different?
Everything that I learned from that other job, you can see it in here. Even like the brightness of the area came into mind. The layout came into mind. The cleanliness, that's another thing. The shelves being stocked. Like in my mind, the places that I worked in the States, I wanted it to replicate that. Right now, I'm actually working on immunization. So we'll be able to give immunizations here in the pharmacy. So that's another thing I got from there.
So tell us what's different about this pharmacy as opposed to any other pharmacy on the island.
The biggest thing is the drive-through. Everybody loves the drive-through, especially moms with kids and older people, because you don't have to lug the baby out the car, baby sick. Older people, wheelchairs, that can't walk. The drive-through is perfect for them. Service.
Big deal.
Big deal. And I tell my team all the time, like the quickest way to get fired from here is to be rude to somebody.
We have a local pharmacy with stateside service and
technology. I believe in technology because I am human. So we have the scanning system. So we just scan the prescription, pops up, tells me exactly what pill is supposed to be in that bottle, what it's supposed to look like. And a copy of the prescription pops up from where the technician scans it into the system. Cool. So that is one part where it can help with errors from occurring. Also too, technicians have to scan the bottles. So if they don't give me the right bottle here, when I scan it, the computer's not gonna let me go any further with it. Like when your prescriptions are filled, you get an automatic text message letting you know it's filled and that you can come and pick it up. Yes. And we deliver also on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
What do you mean deliver? You
deliver meds to patients that don't have rides or access to a ride.
So you're the only pharmacy doing that?
Yes. We have a few patients that don't have vehicles that they call, and on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays we deliver to them.
Is that an extra cost?
None.
Well, I'm always excited because, continue to find locals that went away and decided they were coming back home regardless, and not just come back, but provide a service and better quality of service to the individuals in the territory. And you definitely make sure to have that happen in a short period of time. And, I just think that's amazing. I didn't even know all of that story. But then just also to know that you just continue to give back.
Yeah, and we've done lots of stuff in the community. We opened in August. We did the 300 book bag giveaway drive. We raised money for to get Turner a new electric wheelchair, and this was in conjunction with Ears of Us. Vivid Streaming is a big partner. Those are the two that I could always call on. Ears of Us and Vivid Streaming. Also, Alpine Securities in St. Thomas. Anytime we're doing anything, anytime I want to do something for the community, that's the 3, and they have not said no yet.
I know with everything, you've had a lot of success very rapidly. You're very organized. You plan and execute very well. But within all of that, have there been any difficulties in the startup of the pharmacy and then just running it day to day?
My biggest difficulty in running day to day is if I can't help somebody, which don't happen too often, but when it does, it bothers me for a few.
Wow. And how would you say you're not able to help someone?
Like right now, we have like a big issue with Medicare and not being able to, for Medicare to pay for like wheelchairs. We have no one on island that does that. So we have a lot of patients where walkers or wheelchair, normally if they were in the States, it would be covered by Medicare. We have a lot of patients that need wheelchairs, and everybody can't afford wheelchairs. So that's another reason that I want to do the nonprofit, is that then I can go hunt some money to be able to help as much as I can. Balancing family, like my kids, being a single mother, but now they like understand what I want, and it gives them like a vision of like, don't be a slouch. Or like, because my middle daughter, she works with me on Saturdays here. Okay. So I'm hoping one of them fall into pharmacy world, so when I get older, they can take over. And just watching them grow up. I work 6 days a week. So they come from school here. So whatever time I have, I always say it's quality time versus quantity time, because I don't have time. Yeah. So when I go home, it's making sure that they eat, making sure homework is done, and then Sundays are my only days off. So that's when we spend and do. I know they said, they were like, "Mommy, where are you going?" So then my daughter met you the other day. So she's like, "Oh, okay." Oh, so
I got that.
Yeah, you got the okay. She's like, "Oh, okay." And then one of the another thing I like is just inspiring kids. I remember there's a dance studio right next door. So this one little girl came in one day, and she's like, "Who owns here?" So I was like, "Me." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you own here?" So I was like, "Yes." I was like, "And you know, one day you can own something too."
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that I was like, "Oh, how sweet."
Yeah, I mean, and how old was she?
She maybe like 6, 7.
And she's thinking about who owns it.
She's like, "Do you own here?" And her little voice.
Look at that, little businesswoman already. She's thinking about owning. And that just goes to show indirectly, you're having an influence on the mindsets of what can be.
I know. So now I have to like think about that.
That's what I'm making it happen is basically, if you can make it happen, anybody else that's interested in pursuing a goal can make it happen.
And I agree with that.
And this is homegrown. St. Croix went away, decided to come back, and she made it happen. You know, come down to Neighborhood Pharmacy. We're here in St. George's, the intersection of Kruger Ram and Center Line Road.
Yes.
Come down here. You've already heard of all the special services that Kisha provides, and then when you get here, you're going to get on the selfie wall. So come down here, make sure you get that, but definitely all the services she provides is amazing. She's local. She came back here just to make sure she would give back, and she's been doing so. And within less than a year has made some major things happen. So we want to thank you for everything. Thank you as well for watching. Of course, we appreciate it every time. We post every Wednesday. And definitely, if you're interested to see more videos, go to our page on Facebook. I'm Making It Happen. And if you like this interview, definitely share it. It is a sociable thing to do, and we would definitely appreciate it. Until next time, take care and keep making it happen.
I'm Kisha Christian, the owner of Neighborhood Pharmacy, and I'm making it happen. Are you?